So in the last class, we did parts of speech. We covered nouns and verbs. And today I will be covering up pronouns and adjectives and adverbs if time permits. So let's go through a quick recap of what we did last week. We learned the ways of developing English speaking skills. And then we learned about nouns. We learned about the types of nouns, which are common nouns, proper nouns. Common nouns means they're common to all. Proper nouns refer to a specific person or place. And then we learn about countable and uncountable nouns. Countable nouns means these nouns can be counted, and uncountable nouns means these nouns cannot be counted. And then we learn about collective nouns and compound nouns. Collective nouns means they denote a group, and compound nouns means two or more words together make up one noun. For an example, water bottle, water plus bottle makes water bottle. Football, foot plus ball makes football. So they're known as compound nouns. And then you have exercises, nouns. Oh, you did not do this homework, Abdullah. Yeah, the type of noun.
I don't.
You forgot it?
Yes, I forgot it.
Okay, no problem. So please finish it by Thursday and try it. I think you can't upload it. So be prepared with your answer. We can discuss it next Thursday. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So nouns, we did an exercise on nouns, and then we learned about verbs. In the past of verbs, we learned about we learned in detail about the the types of verb. And then I gave you an exercise to make sentences using the verbs on the screen. And now we're going to learn about pronoun. So let me start this with an example. Say for an example, Abdullah went to, no, let's say Abdullah traveled to his destination. Full stop. And then I say, Amina cooked dinner for her family. Okay, so these are two sentences. Number one, Abdullah traveled to his destination. Number two, Amina cooked dinner for her family. I'm going to rewrite these two sentences. But instead of Abdullah, I'm going to replace Abdullah with the word he. And instead of Amina, I'm going to replace the word she. For example, instead of Abdullah, I'm going to say he traveled to his destination. And then Amina, I'm going to say she cooked dinner for her family. She cooked dinner for her family. Now, what did I do here, Abdullah? Instead of your name, I replaced with another word. Yeah? Instead of Amina, I replaced with another word. Now, the replacing word is known as pronoun. The replacing word is known as pronoun. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes. So pronouns, examples, I, we, you, he, she, it, they're known as pronouns. So you can quickly take a note on this, the examples that I gave you, because you don't have it on the screen. I'll give you a minute to copy it down in your notebook.
Finished now.
We shall continue. Right, now we're going to learn the types of pronouns. So we have personal pronouns, relative pronoun, interrogative pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, and indefinite pronouns. First, let's look into personal pronouns. Personal pronouns refers to first, second, and third person. Let's look into this table. So in this table, we have 3 rows. So 2 rows are the important ones, which is singular and plural. What does singular mean? Singular means we're talking about one person. Singular means we're talking about one person. Plural, more than one person. More than one person. And then you have the type of person, whether it's first person, second person, and subject and object. Now, first person means, look into this row. First person, I. You're talking about yourself. I is first person. Second person, you're referring to a person who is opposite to you. Like you. You are amazing. Next, we have third person. Third person, you're referring to someone who is not in the room. Maybe he or she is in another room. Maybe he or she is away from you, right? They are called as third person. He, she, it. He is amazing. She is brilliant. It is cute. Understand? And the same way you have it in the next part, but it is in plural. So I, we, you, he, she, it, they. Is this clear, Abdullah?
Yes, clear.
And then we have the object form. Yes, subject comes in the beginning of a sentence usually, and then we have the object. For an example, I'll make a sentence where you have both the subject and the object like this. I love me. I love me. So in this sentence, as you can see, I is the subject, me is the object. So this is types of pronouns. Next, we have relative pronouns. Relative pronouns is used to connect a clause or phrase to a noun or pronoun. What is it? It is used to connect, join a clause or phrase to a noun or pronoun. Now you have to remember something. Relative pronouns are placed directly after the noun or pronoun. Relative pronouns are placed directly after the noun or pronoun. Look into this example. The cyclist, noun. Who won the race trained hard. The children, whom we love dearly, need better education. Clear? So the relative pronoun is placed after a noun or a pronoun always, right? In all cases, relative pronoun will be placed after the noun or pronoun. Clear?
Yes, clear.
And then we have interrogative pronouns. Now look into interrogative pronouns. The word interrogative means, Abdullah, interrogation, questioning, right? Questioning. So whenever you come across the word interrogative, remember, it means questioning. They are used to ask questions. And as you can see, the main interrogative pronouns are what, which, what, which, who, whom, and whose. Now you have a confusion. Oh, wait. Relative pronouns also has the same words. Look here. Who, one, who, whom, whose, which, same words. What, which, who, whom, and whose. Now you have a confusion. How do I identify whether this is a relative pronoun or an interrogative pronoun? Easy. I told you, interrogative pronouns, relative pronouns, they are placed after a noun or a pronoun. But interrogative pronouns, the sentence start with an interrogative pronoun. And interrogative pronouns means questioning, like, what is your name? Question mark. So interrogative pronouns always ends with a question mark. Who are you? Question mark. Whose books are these? Question mark. Is it clear? Did you
Yes,
understand the
ma'am.
difference between interrogative and relative pronouns? All good?
Okay.
Okay. Now we're moving on to demonstrative. Now the word demonstrative means show. You call it demonstration. Show it. Now this represents a noun and expresses its position as near or far. So demonstrative pronouns, you have 4 words: this, that, these, and those. Now demonstrative, as I told you, it means you're showing something. Get it? Now say for an example, you bought a new book and you want to show it to me. So how will you say? You will switch your camera on and then you will place the book in front of the camera and you will show it to me and you'll say, this is the book. This is my new book. And you will point your finger towards the book. They are called demonstrative pronoun. This was my mother's ring. That looks like the car I used to drive. This is demonstrative pronoun. Please give me a minute. Please give me a minute. I'll be back. Okay. Abdullah, can you please read these examples?
The cyclist who won the race trained hard. The children whom we love dearly. What's that?
The children whom we love dearly need better education.
The children whom we love dearly.
Not the children's, it's children, okay? Children.
Children.
Yes, the plural of child is children, not children's, okay? Again,
The children whom we love dearly need better education. Never go to a doctor whose office plants have died. I have a friend whose cat is annoying. The book, which is now out of print, has all the information you need. This is the book that everyone is talking about.
excellent, good job. Please read these examples.
This way, my mother's ring.
This
This
was
was
my mother's ring.
mother's ring. That looks like the cat. Uh, the
That,
books like
that looks like the car.
that looks like the car I used to drive. These are nice shoes, but they look uncomfortable. Those look like repair.
Riper.
Then riper than apples on my tree.
Excellent, good job. And finally, we're going to learn about indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns means they do not refer to a specific person, place, or thing. For an example, I can ask a young boy, where are you planning to go? And he would say, somewhere. Or I can ask, who gave you this book? He might say, someone. Now, where is somewhere? Who is someone? You don't know. This is called as indefinite pronouns. Clear? It does not refer to a specific person, place, or thing. Could you please read the examples?
I would like to go somewhere this summer. Someone gave me this book. I won't tell your secret at anyone.
Secret
I
to
bought
anyone. Secret to
secret to
anyone.
anyone. I bought everything at the mall. Clearly, somebody murdered him. It was not suicide. If you don't know the answer, it's the best to say nothing.
Excellent. Good job. Right, now you have an exercise to do. I think you better do this for homework, okay? So do this for homework. I will create a link on the LMS and I will name it as pronouns, okay? I'll name it as pronouns. This is the folder that you have to click and this is where you have to upload your homework. Is that clear?
It's clear.
Okay. So we're done with the first session. Now we're moving on to the next session, which is, and here we are going to cover up adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, and conjunctions. Now, first, I'll give you 2 minutes, okay? I'll give you 2 minutes. I want you to read this and be ready to read it out loud, okay? I'll give you 2 minutes.
Ma'am, what's the word next to I?
Yeah, you have to figure it out. Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes to figure it out. All these letters are jumbled, right? The letters are jumbled in the word. They're not in the right order. Okay, so take 2 minutes and try to figure out what the word is, and then you can read it out to me. Read it out loud to me. Okay, take 2 minutes.
Okay, man.
Okay, go ahead.
I couldn't believe that I could actually understand what I was reading, using the incredible power of the human mind. According to research at Cambridge University, it doesn't matter in what order the letters in a word are. The only important thing is the first letter and last letter be in the right place. The rest can be a lot mess and you can still read it without problem. This is because the human mind does not read every letter by itself, but the word as whole amazing. Whole. Amazing, huh? Yeah. And I always thought sleeping was important. See if your friends can read this too.
Okay, I'm going to read it again so you can understand what mistake you did. This is not sleeping, this is spelling. Okay. I couldn't believe that I could actually understand what I was reading. Using the incredible power of the human mind, according to research at Cambridge University, it doesn't matter in what order the letters in a word are. The only important thing is that their first and last letter be in the right place. The rest can be a total mess and you can still read it without a problem. This is because the human mind does not read every letter by itself, but the word as a whole. Amazing, huh? Yeah. And I always thought spelling was important. See if your friends can read this too. And now we're moving on to our next topic, which is adjectives. Adjectives, right? So I'm going to teach you adjectives and adverbs together. Number one, let's look into adjectives. Adjectives is a describing word. Adjective is a describing word. What do you mean by describing? You're explaining about something, right? For an example, say, I saw a girl. I saw a girl. Now, when I say I saw a girl, now it's difficult for you to imagine a girl because I just said I saw a girl. What if I say I saw a pretty girl? I saw a pretty girl. Now, this is defining or explaining or describing the noun girl. Now it's easy for you to imagine. You saw or I saw a pretty girl. Yeah, they are known as adjectives. Next, I saw a ball. Instead of saying I saw a ball, I say I saw a red ball. So red is describing the ball. Adjectives. Fat, thin, big, small, clean, dirty, good, bad, cold, hot. Adjectives. And remember, adjectives, they describe a noun or a pronoun. Now let's look into adverbs. Adverbs. Adjective describe a noun or a pronoun. What does an adverb do? Adverb describes a verb or an adjective or another adverb. So in a nutshell, remember, adjectives describe nouns and adverbs describe verbs. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now let's look into the types of adjectives. We have descriptive adjectives. Descriptive adjectives means the basic type of adjective, like pretty, short, tall, hot, bad. They are known as descriptive adjectives, the basic form of adjectives. And next we have adjective of quantity. Quantity means number, how many. Now, adjective of quantity is divided into two, definite, indefinite. Definite means you are very sure about the number. You are very sure about the number. Like 1, 2. If I ask you how many books do you have, you can say I have 3 books, I have 4 books, I have 5 books. You're very sure about the number. That is known, or they are known as definite. Indefinite means you're not very sure about the number. You can say many, few, much, all of them. indefinite. You're not very sure about the number. So then you will be using the words as all, few, many, much, several. And now you have adjective of distinction. Demonstrative, you have already learned the word demonstrative. Remember, I told you demonstration, demonstrative pronoun, which means showing. Interrogative means questioning, and distributive. Demonstrative, same meaning, means showing. You're demonstrating. This stone was found on the hill. Interrogative, same, questioning, like, what do you want? What is your name? Adjective. Distributive, each, every, either or either. You can go ahead with both pronunciation. Both are correct. Either, either, both correct pronunciation. One is American and one is the British pronunciation. So both are correct. He could go home by using either route. So these are adjectives of distinction. And next we're moving on to adverbs. I'll come to this later, the comparative, positive, and superlative form. Let me first explain you what adverbs are and then come back here. Now, adverbs, they are describing verbs, modifying verbs, right? Modifying verbs. For an example, she agreed. She agreed. She agreed. This is a sentence. But then I add the word she quickly agreed. Quickly agreed. I am describing the verb in the sentence. They are known as adverbs. Usually, okay, not all the time. I did not say all the time. Usually, adjectives end with the letters ly. Quickly, softly, carefully, completely, hardly, partly, adverbs. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now let's look into the types of adverbs. Okay, types of adverbs. So adverbs are divided into 4 types: adverb of manner, adverb of time, adverb of place, and adverb of frequency. Adverb of manner means how you do things, the behavior of you doing things. For an example, drive slowly. How to drive? Slowly. Write quickly. How should I write? Quickly. So adverb of manner means something related to behavior, how you do things, how you do things. It's called an adverb of manner. So cheerfully, carefully, painfully, easily, badly, quickly, slowly, honestly, cunningly, they are known as adverb of manner. So honestly, you don't say honestly, okay? H is silent. If you say honestly, it is wrong. So H is silent, you're only going to pronounce O, honestly. Is that clear? Next, we have adverb of time. Adverb of time means this is related to a specific time. Yesterday, soon, before, tomorrow, next month, last year, next year, they are known as adverb of time, right? Any word, any modifying word that is referring to time is known as adverb of time. Adverb of place, here, anywhere. And if I ask you, where do you live? You can say, I live across the street, or I live opposite to the mall. I live near the bank or next to the bank. They're known as adverb. Next, we have adverb of frequency. Frequency means how many times or the number of times doing something. Frequency. Okay, like always, normally, often, occasionally, sometimes, once, usually, rarely, never, generally. For example, if I ask you, how often do you watch the TV? You can say always, because you watch it every day, right? Then I can ask you, when or how often do you go out? You can say once a week, or you can say never or rarely. Rarely means like 1 out of 10 days, 1 out of 20 days. Rarely, you rarely go. You never Rarely is something closer to never, but never means you don't go out any days. Rarely means maybe you go 1 out of 20 days. Adverb frequency. Did you understand the type of adverbs, Abdullah?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Can you please read the example?
The children, the children were playing happily with their toys. The doctor did the operation carefully.
The doctor dealt the operation carefully.
The doctor did the operation carefully. She walked slowly to the class. I haven't spoke to her yet.
Spoken to her yet.
Ah, she will be here soon. She will be coming tomorrow to play party. They will meet you there. In spring, flowers bloom everywhere. I walked backwards towards the door. She normally eats 3 meals a day. I usually buy all my vegetables at the market. They often go out for dinner.
Okay. Same with the word often. You can either pronounce it as often or often. Both are correct. Okay. So often is also correct. Often is also correct. Right. Now we're going to learn about superlative, comparative, positive, comparative, and superlative. Positive means, Abdullah, you're only talking about one person or one thing, right? Say, for an example, I have a, sorry, I have a big bag. I have a big bag. You're talking about one person. Comparative means you're comparing your bag to another person's bag or your thing to another person's thing. For example, you can say, I or my brother is better than me. I can say my brother is worse than me. So when you compare, you usually use the word than. She is poorer than me. She is poorer than me. You're comparing you to another person. Comparative form. And then you have superlative. Superlative means out of all, right? You're the biggest out of all. For an example, you can say, my brother is the biggest in the class. Biggest in the class. So out of all the students in the class, your brother is the biggest. Understand? You can say, company A is the poorest out of all. Did you get it, Abdullah? Did you understand positive, comparative, superlative?
Yes,
Yes. Can you please read the words on this slide? Big, bigger, biggest.
big, bigger, biggest, poor, poorest, low, lower, lowest, high, higher, highest, beautiful, more beautiful, most beautiful, good, better, best, bad, worst, worst,
Bad,
bad,
worse, worst.
worst, worst,
Next slide, please.
narrow, narrower, more narrower, the narrowest, most narrow, unhappy, unhappier, unhappiest, far, further, or further, the furthest, furthest, worried, more worried, the most worried, careful, more careful, the most careful, useless, more useless, the most useless, easy, easier, The easiest.
That is a positive, comparative, and superlative form in adjectives. And then you have the same form in adverbs as well. Okay. And as I told you, most of the words, most of the adverbs, they end with the letter ly, but not all the time. Okay, can you please read this slide as well?
Badly, worse, worst. Hard, harder, hardest. Fast, faster, fastest. Late, later, latest. Quickly, more quickly, most quickly.
Quietly.
Slowly,
It's
huh?
quietly, quietly.
Sorry. Quietly, more quietly, most quietly. Slowly, more slowly, most slowly. Seriously, more seriously, most seriously.
Right now you have a homework. I want you to do this for homework, right? So here you have to select whether you're going to go with an adjective or an adverb. Okay? Remember, what does an adjective do, Abdullah? Adjective describes a noun or a pronoun. Okay? And an adverb, it describes a verb, adjective, or another adverb. So you have two homework. Okay, Abdullah? Number one, you have the homework for pronouns. Okay? This is one homework. Clear? And then you have another homework, which is this adjectives and adverbs. And this reminder is for the other students as well. The students who are listening to the recording, Fatima and Samha, please make sure that you complete this homework. Pronouns and adjectives and adverbs homework. Is it clear, Abdullah? Do you have any questions for today from today's session? Is
No
everything
questions, sir.
clear?
All
No
clear. All
questions.
clear.